What's going on, guys? So in this video we're going to be talking about the Camor X4 Wi-Fi controllable dosing unit. I have a little trip coming up, so I've decided to just go ahead and take the plunge and purchase a doser. Reason why I've decided to go with this unit is because of the ease to be able to control everything through Wi-Fi and set up the doses. And then also Camor is actually a company that comes more from the pharmaceutical side of things. And as far as their equipment and everything is really precise. That's something I'm looking within an actual doser. Camor has different types of products it offers. One particular product that caught my attention was an aquarium controller they offer. It's called the K-Box, and it's this guy right here. Pretty much looks kind of like a PC unit. Everything you can think of hooks up to that unit. It's pretty neat. Go ahead and check out Jake Adams with Reef Builders. He visited the Camor booth at the Pet Expo this year. And this right here is the unit I was talking to you guys about. But yeah, go ahead and check out his channel, subscribe to it if you want to check out more interesting products that Camor has to offer. This right here is the pretty much just explaining the aquarium cloud, how everything hooks up to that unit. Let's go ahead and take a look to see what's in the box here. Alright, so with the unit we get some dosing tubing, the mounting bracket for the unit. This right here is this is the temperature probe. The unit actually also measures temperature. Your power adapter, measuring beaker for calibration, dosing heads, plastic screws for your dosing tube holder, and right here's the unit. Now the unit also has an LCD screen where you can control things manually and of course also through Wi-Fi. As you can see, the unit also has 2 ports if you want to expand for 2 more units. Power adapter, and your holder for your dosing tubes. There's the unit, guy. Looks pretty nice. Now initially I was gonna purchase the Vertex doser. So in advance I had purchased 2 of the Vertex dosing containers. So I went ahead and attempted to hook these up to the new unit, but I did run into a little bit of an issue. You guys can take a look here. The dosing tube that comes with the Vertex dosing container is a lot thicker than your regular dosing tube. So when I've tried installing the regular dosing tube into this fitting here, it was actually too small for this Murloc fitting. It wouldn't lock in place. So I've said that's no issue. I'll just go ahead and use the tubing that came with the Vertex doser container. So I went ahead and hooked everything up, set up the unit to the appropriate height, and went for a test run, thinking everything would work without any issues, but unfortunately it didn't work. When it dosed, it actually dosed along with air bubbles. Not only that, but whenever it stopped dosing, the liquid would back siphon back into the container, making it impossible to accurately calibrate the unit. So I guess the smart thing to do was just to go ahead and purchase the actual containers that are for the unit. That way I was also able to take advantage of the functions they offer. And they were pretty cheap. They were only like $14 each. I got the calcium and one for the alkalinity. They come equipped with a float valve that alerts you whenever fluid is low. And I was able to just hook it up without any issues using the actual regular dosing tubing. Now the dosing containers hook up to the back of the unit via this audio looking jack. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back of the unit here. So as you can see, you have your 4 outlets for 4 dosing containers, 1 for your temperature probe, and 2 ports to expand for 2 additional units. Now it's pretty nice that the unit also measures temperature. It's always good to have that second or third reading for accuracy. As you guys know, temperature in the hobby is one of the major critical things. Okay, so my first thoughts for installation was to use this bracket up here that's on top of my dual reactor. And as you can see, the unit actually sits there perfectly. So I was thinking of just installing the unit here and then actually using these holes here, maybe drilling them a little bit larger to run my dosing tubes through there, and then just have them fall there into the sump, and then have my dosing containers sitting in the back right here. Now this would actually work perfect, and it also looks pretty neat. Now the second installation option would be to install the hanging bracket back here, and then just have my doser sitting up here, which would also look pretty neat away from everything, and then just have the dosing tubes run down and into the return pump area. Now with this option, because the dosing containers are nice and slim, I'm actually able to install those behind the stand and then just run the dosing tubes over. So I would actually have more space in the cabinet area. So I've decided to go with option 2. I have my bracket installed. The dosing containers are sitting behind the stand. I have all my wiring and tubing routed and ready to go. Now my tube holder, I have it installed directly on top of my return pump. And this is why, actually one of the main reasons why I've decided to go with option 2, because I can have the fluids dosed directly into the return pump. That helps me and avoids me from having to put an extra power head or pump in there to stir the fluids. So you guys know, especially with alkalinity, if you don't dose into a high flow area, it tends to settle at the bottom of the tank. So this actually worked out perfect. Okay, so installation is completed. I'm really satisfied with the way it turned out. Looks nice and clean. The doser up there away from everything. I still have plenty of space. Dosing containers are situated in the back of the stand. I have all my tubing routed nice and neatly. As you can see back here, I have all this empty space still, which eventually I'm planning to get a auto top-off system as well. But there it is, guys. Really happy with this unit. One thing I forgot to show you guys is the temperature probe. I went ahead and installed it right here. So everything looks nice and neat. Now as far as having to access the LCD screen, once you have your unit hooked up through the Wi-Fi, there's really no need for you to access it through the manual mode, because everything would be controlled via your phone or tablet. I want to give you guys here a quick look on how the actual app looks. Pretty simple to install, only took me about 10 minutes to get it hooked up to my Wi-Fi. First screen that comes up says your time and temperature. You can set it to Celsius or Fahrenheit. You click here on the top once, it syncs your time and date from the phone to your unit. Then I still haven't calibrated this area, but it'll show you grabs. You can also set up alarms. Okay, we click down here on auto. It takes us to our first pump. You can have it on or off. For dosing, you can have it per day, per 2 days, 3 days, or per week. I have it per day, meaning it's gonna dose daily, a total of 126 ml. Depending on the time you put, that's how it breaks it down. I have it running from 10 p.m. to 11 a.m. So it breaks it down to approximately around 9.7 ml. So really easy to use. It does the math for you. Same thing here for our calcium. It's currently dosing twice a day, a total of 26 ml from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Now we go ahead and slide over here to pump 3. Currently I have this one off. Same thing for pump 4. If we click up here on auto under pump name, this is where we can actually name our pumps. If we go ahead and click down here under manual, this is where we can actually manually dose. If you need to make any type of adjustments, for example for alkalinity, I can go ahead and manually dose 28 and it does not affect my actual settings that I have under alkalinity. This is also good if you have any type of, let's say, coral food or amino acid that you have hooked up to one of the pumps. You can actually manually dose it whenever you want. Now we slide over here to calibration. This is where we can calibrate all the pumps to make sure they're dosing correctly. Now we click here under status. This is where you can actually have your audio alarms. If you turn them on, it gives you the amount of liquid remaining or days remaining before you run out of liquid. Okay, now we click here on the 3 dots again under anti-chemical interference. This is actually a nice feature as well. This is used for whenever you have pumps dosing chemicals at the same time. For example, if you have pump 1 dosing at 1 p.m. and you have pump 2 dosing also at 1 p.m. you can put a time frame. For example, you can go ahead and put 10 minutes, and what it does, once pump 1 doses, it'll wait 10 minutes and then pump 2 will dose. That way it avoids any type of chemical precipitation. But yeah guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to always keep reefing simple. Guys, having fun? Woo!
Shake it, baby. Come on and shake it. Nice to have you. Welcome to Bahamas. Welcome to Blue Lagoon Island. Ah, baby. Shake it up. Shake it. Shake it up. Shake it. Shake it up, baby. Shake it. Shake it up, baby. Shake it, you bouncy.